Want to listen to some tunes?
Yo, MF Doom.
The universe doesn't want you to try harder. It wants you to breathe, let go, and be open to things being easier and more magical than you could ever imagine. Those who
I'm like some kind of supernova. Watch out.
I don't feel sad. I don't feel anything. It's a filthy world we live in. It's a filthy, goddamn, helpless world.
How to make your sketchbook chunky. Part 2. Gum wrappers. Random paper you can pool. Pokemon cards. Interactive stuff. And puffy stickers.
Fill this crazy sketchbook page with me. You have been warned. So first, let's make a drawing. There we go. Let's cut it out. Now let's choose some papers for the background. And now we're fixing the background a bit, putting the sticker. Oh my god,
My biggest life hack as a Central St. Martin's fashion design student, to those who are looking to strategize how to create portfolios or collections and are stuck as how to start research, it would be pick a niche concept, aka stick to something small. And if you are anything like me and you get distracted really quickly by so many pretty things because there's so much content out there, I would write down in one sentence with maybe 5 keywords what your concept of your collection or interest in your research is about, and stick to finding things within that realm. This way you have a more cohesive and thorough research, and it's much more original when you react to it.
If you want to be a fashion designer but you don't know how to draw, let me introduce you to fashion sketchbooks. Don't be afraid to use already made croquis to sketch out your designs. It's a great way to start and just get into designing without worrying about getting the figure right.
This is the oldest sketchbook I still own. This is a more recent sketchbook, and in this video I'm going to talk about making progress. First, I hope you all can tell that I really did start from zero. I am self-taught and I never felt talented. I simply made a lot of drawings. These ones are from the Zen monastery where I used to live. That's a long story for another time. I was also a substitute teacher once. Please, please, please don't tell my former students that Mr. K is on TikTok. The point is, I had to learn human proportions, perspective, and how to draw with confidence, all from making a lot of mistakes. I mean, just look at these color choices. Now, fast forward a few years and I am traveling in Spain. Another long, fun story. But here you can see I have a lot more creative control in terms of composition, color, and storytelling. I have some tips I can recommend for making the most of your time, so if you follow for more, I'd be happy to share them with you.
This wallpaper glistens. Don't let them see what goes down in the kitchen. Picture, picture, smile for the picture. Pose with your brother, won't you be a good sister everywhere? Once there was a way to get back homeward.
How you gonna snap my neck off? Bitch, you weigh 95 pounds. I'm 5'8", almost 200 pounds. You can't snap my motherfucking neck off, bitch. You'll be dead by the time you think about snapping my neck off, bitch.
Hi, Dan. I just moved in next door. I'm a supermodel.
I don't care who the IRS sends. I am not paying.
You can ask the flowers. I sit for hours telling all the bluebirds the billing.
Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened.
I made this, and I made this, and I made this too. Woohoo!
Actually want to get better at art, your own style, the ability to draw anything, you've probably been learning the wrong way. Not one-point perspective, not turning circles into heads, that's drawing 101, and it's everywhere online. The real level up is understanding why these hacks work. What makes art enjoyable enough that'll keep you going? What turns practice into style instead of homework? That's what I've packed into Drawing Unlocked. 30+ lessons and exercises that rewire how you learn so you don't just copy, you grow as an artist. But here's the catch, it's only open for a week. I'm keeping it super small so I can actually give feedback one-on-one. Now's the time to join Drawing Unlocked.
If you're an artist who has no idea what to draw right now and needs some inspiration, here's an easy sketchbook idea that anyone can do. This is a sketchbook spread. Now I know it looks super difficult, but it's actually not. Start by drawing your favorite character doing a cool pose and draw them fairly big. But don't stop there because we're gonna draw them again, but this time focusing on just one part of the design. You could draw their face, their eyes, their logo, literally anything. But now for the fun part. Start filling in the empty spaces with shapes, patterns, text, and literally whatever you like. Sketchbook spreads are an awesome way to let your imagination run wild, and if you need some inspiration, check the pinned comment.
Oh, my little star sweeper, I'll sweep the stardust for you. La la loo, little soft fluffy sleeper. Here goes a pink cloud for you. La la loo, little wandering angel. Fold up your wings and close your eyes.
Here's an easy and relaxing way to fill in a sketchbook page. Close your eyes, grab a Sharpie, and start drawing lines. Then color all the different shapes in. I like doing a little bit every day. It's a nice way to start off the mornings or a relaxing way to wind down after a long day. Take your time, have fun with it, and enjoy the process.
To draw a couple of points down the middle of the page. From there, you will draw some curves, whatever you're filling. Now you will connect the dots with an arc, and you just have to fill up each spiral with these little curves. And my favorite part, add the color, starting from the borders and blend the color to the center.
It's time for a creativity warm-up. Just like before you work out, you spend 5 to 10 minutes warming up your body. We're doing the same by spending 5 to 10 minutes warming up our hand and brain. And today our subject is a cow. So while you spend the next 40 seconds watching me draw this cow, I decided to share some fun facts about them with you. Fact number 1, did you know cows have a strong sense of smell? They can perceive smells at a distance of up to 10 kilometers, or 6.2 miles for our American friends. Cows are very social animals. In fact, they form close friendships with one another and other animals. So the next time your partner tells you, hey babes, I want to live on a farm and rescue a cow, you tell them, no baby, we're getting 2 cows so they can have a best friend. And your partner will look at you with childlike wonder and think you're the greatest person alive. Fact number 3, cows drink daily up to 100 liters. That is almost a whole bathtub. Can you imagine drinking that much? They should say how many times a cow pisses because my God, that's a lot. And here it is, a cow in 5 to 10 minutes.
I have a master's degree in medical illustration, and let's take a look at my sketchbook from when I was a student. These were sketches I did on the very first day from a real brain. And this is one of my first cadaver sketches. We had to do these for a grade in our anatomy class, and this one's not that great. It's kind of hard to tell the orientation, but they get better, I promise. This was my second cadaver sketch showing the flexor muscles of the forearm. These were done completely from observing a cadaver, and then I would check the anatomy later with an atlas. Not everything is super refined though, this one's a little rough. And these that I'm showing to you right now were done during my first semester of grad school. This is my least favorite organ to draw, but I did it. Here's a preliminary sketch for what ended up being this final sketch of the spermatic cord. I love this one. Here's another preliminary sketch, and then a final sketch. This one was drawn from a lot of different photographic references that I combined together, but it's one of my favorites because it has the internal part of the kidney and then it has the exterior over here. And this is my last cadaver sketch from the first semester. I went on to do some more in the second semester, including some neuroanatomy, so let me know if you want to see more. I also have surgical sketches in the sketchbook where I would go into the operating room and observe procedures and also sketch while I was watching, so let me know if you want to see those.
I always like to make my sketchbooks look as thick and messy as possible. This goal pushes me to think of outside of the box ways to fill up pages. I'll rip pages out, make new pages, sticking found objects and trash in it. I remember once I taped pieces of a broken phone onto a page. Working with multimedia in a sketchbook in a place where it doesn't really have to look good really helps the creative gears going in your brain. So while leaving no empty space in a sketchbook is also a good practice, a really fun one is to stick trash and found objects in. I think I'm going to start a series showing a few ideas on how to bulk up your sketchbook. Follow me if you're interested.
Hey Leute, ich zeig euch, was in meinem Sketchbook alles drin ist. Fangen wir einfach mit der ersten Seite an. Okay, wer hätte das gedacht? Noch ein Auge. Oh, nein, 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 weiter. Oh, noch ein Auge. Oh, Überraschung. Schrecklich sieht das aus. Oh ja, das mag ich. Ja. Aha, aha. Wir beeilen uns ein bisschen. Nein, darüber reden wir nicht. Darüber reden wir ein bisschen. Da, noch ein Auge. Noch ein Auge. Oh ja, das, I'm proud. Da bin ich stolz drauf, ehrlich. Nein. Das mag ich auch. Das mag ich auch. Oh ja, den mag ich auch sehr, sehr gern. Ja. Und ich glaube, das war's. Hier ist einfach noch ein Blatt drin. Nice.
Do not get this sketchbook. It's fallen apart on me so many times. This is the Artist Loft hardcover watercolor book, and it's worked for me for a few months until this happened. Right now, I'm using the Paul Rubens watercolor journal, and it's worked really well for me. But also, everyone's been asking me what kind of supplies I use for my art, so I'm going to tell you basically all the materials that I've been using recently. Specifically for commissions, I'm using the Strathmore watercolor paper so I can tear it out individually. A big part of my art is using gold ink, so I use the Winsor & Newton gold ink in 30 mils. This is what makes my art look like a storybook, and it's kind of characteristic of my personal style. For watercolors, I really like using the Winsor & Newton Cotton watercolor paint set. It's very transparent, and I kind of get the effect that I want. I don't have specific brushes, but this liner brush allows me to do details. I have a liner brush, and I also have a thicker brush for shading. For flat brushes, I only have 2. They allow me to blend things really, really nicely, especially this really thick one. For ink, I only have 4 different types. These are really waterproof, but the only caveat is that although I get different sizes and they work really well for me, they run out of ink really, really quickly. So you might have to budget for those.
Hi you guys, so this year I just want to be really intentional about going back into my hobbies and just doing things I enjoy, and one of those things is art for me, and I haven't drawn in a really long time, and I picked up stippling, and I kind of just want to show you guys the things I've done in the past few days. This is the first page. These are very simple. This is kind of just like my first one ever in this style, and it's been fun. Then I kind of went to contrast art. This is a cat. And kind of fold this over and just kind of learning and playing around with this style of art. This is what I'm currently working on. It's like 60% done, but yeah, just want to be way more intentional in this coming year, and just also with sharing that and stuff. Bye.
I want things to be beautiful. I forgot things could be beautiful. I forgot it was an option. I had given up hope.
Welcome to a sketchbook tour, but barely counts as a sketchbook. This is like my personal sketchbook that my brother gave me, but it essentially has no rules. At first I was trying to make illustrations on every page to be aesthetic, but then I realized I actually wanted to write. And so I started using really tiny handwriting for every page. Let me show you what I mean by tiny handwriting. This is every single page, but I was really proud that I could write in really straight lines. Oh, here we go, some art related stuff. I was writing down some ideas that I want to do and never did any of them. And here's just me journaling with some tiny words again. I think in some ways I still consider this art because I would flip through and enjoy looking at it. Somewhere along the line I deviated and I started drawing chemical structures because, I was a chem major and I thought I was cool. Myself, I was chloroketone. Here's a sketch of what I thought that my dorm room should look like when I moved in my senior year. And some more tiny writing. This is the only sketch that gave validity to the title of a sketchbook. And just like every girl, my sketchbook/journal turned out to be a sob fest, and then I wrote about things that I was really sad. And I never used this journal ever again. And then I have all these pages that will probably be left blank because I have inability to finish any sort of book ever.
Even if you have never drawn a specific creature before, you can use this simple approach to study them. Let's take this trash panda for example. I start by drawing a central line which acts as a guide for symmetry. Then I sketch the biggest shapes I can see, an oval for the head and these 2 shapes for the paws. They aren't even precise, you don't need to worry about it at this point. Then I add middle-sized shapes like the one for the mouth, 2 triangles for the ears, and small circles for the eyes. Once I'm satisfied with the overall position of these shapes, I begin adding more details. I divide the paw shapes into individual fingers, pay attention to distances and proportions, and make adjustments if needed. Using a quite hard HB pencil and using it lightly allows me to correct any mistakes or messy lines as I go. Starting with the darkest values, I gradually add shading, working my way through mid-tones. For the finest details, I switch to a softer pencil. A mechanical pencil with 2B lead comes in handy for fine lines, hatching, or tiny details. I often use a blending stump. This is especially useful when capturing the fluffiness of an animal or when it's very smooth and fabulous. And for pinpoint erasing, like for white whiskers, this elastomer eraser provides the clean finish I'm looking for. So don't be intimidated if you haven't drawn some animal before. Observe the reference, embrace the simplicity of shapes, don't worry about the mistakes, and let your pencil bring them to life.